Most people buying a compact SUV right now are asking the wrong question. They're asking, what's the best SUV for today? But you are smarter than that, because the real question, the one that separates a brilliant purchase from an expensive mistake, is this: which compact SUVs will still be worth owning, still be worth driving, and still be worth serious money when 2028 arrives? And here's the brutal truth: most of the SUVs at your local dealership right now will not pass that test. Buyers who choose the wrong vehicle in 2026 won't just deal with reliability headaches, they'll watch thousands of dollars evaporate from their investment as early as 36 months from now. Some of these so-called popular models are already shedding over 40% of their value in 5 years, and their owners have no idea. But today, we're talking about the 5 that won't do that to you. Welcome back to Atif Cars, the channel where we dig through the real data from Consumer Reports, JD Power, Kelley Blue Book, iSeeCars, RepairPal, and every trusted source in the industry to make sure your next car decision is the smartest financial move you've ever made. Today, we are counting down the 5 compact SUVs built to still dominate in 2028, and the data backing each one of them will genuinely surprise you. If this kind of research saves you even one costly mistake, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell right now. We drop these deep dive breakdowns every week, and you do not want to miss what's coming. Now, let's get into it, and do not skip ahead, because the SUV sitting at number 1 on this list is one that most shoppers literally walk right past at the dealership, and the data on its long-term ownership costs will blow your mind. Starting at number 5, and this one is going to challenge what you think you know about value, we have the Kia Sportage Hybrid. Now, before you scroll past this one thinking Kia is still budget territory, here is what the actual data says. JD Power gives the 2026 Kia Sportage a quality and reliability score of 84 out of 100. And then there's the warranty, the kind that makes Toyota and Honda owners quietly jealous. Kia backs this vehicle with a 5-year, 60,000-mile basic warranty and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. That is not a typo. 10 years and 100,000 miles on the powertrain for a compact hybrid SUV starting around $28,000. On paper, this looks like a deal. In reality, it is one. But here's where things get interesting. The 2026 Sportage Hybrid runs a turbocharged 1.6-litre 4-cylinder engine paired with 2 electric motors for a combined output of 231 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. The front-wheel drive configuration returns an EPA-estimated 42 miles per gallon combined. That is exceptional fuel economy for a vehicle with this much power. At today's gas prices, a commuter putting 15,000 miles on a Sportage Hybrid is saving over $900 annually compared to a similarly priced competitor running on a traditional powertrain. Over 5 years, that's more than $4,500 back in your pocket before you even count the difference in maintenance. Now, Consumer Reports projects average reliability for the 2026 Sportage Hybrid, and that is a fair concern worth naming. But here's the context that matters. Kia has been on a dramatic reliability improvement trajectory. That 10-year warranty is not marketing fluff. It is Kia putting real financial skin in the game. A manufacturer only backs a powertrain that boldly with a 100,000-mile promise when they are genuinely confident in what they built. The verdict on the Kia Sportage Hybrid: it is the aggressive value play on this list. If fuel economy, technology, and a safety net warranty are your priorities heading into 2028, this one protects your wallet in ways most buyers completely overlook. Wait until you see the SUV at number 2, because its resale value story is something almost no one is talking about.
Moving to number 4, and this is where reliability data gets genuinely fascinating, we have the Subaru Forester, now offered as a hybrid for 2026 for the very first time. Subaru just made one of the most intelligent moves in the compact SUV segment. They took a platform that already had one of the best brand reliability rankings in the industry. RepairPal places Subaru at number 2 out of 32 car brands for overall dependability, and they electrified it. The 2026 Forester Hybrid combines a flat 4-cylinder engine with an electric motor for 194 combined horsepower, and every single Forester Hybrid comes standard with Subaru's iSight driver assistance suite, now standard across the lineup. The 2026 Forester Hybrid also comes with pre-collision braking, adaptive cruise control, and lane centering without requiring you to buy a higher trim level to get them. One owner who traded in from a previous generation Forester described the experience this way: "I've put 140,000 miles on my old Forester and replaced brakes twice and tires 3 times. That's it. The dealer couldn't believe the condition." That is not a fluke. That is a pattern that shows up across Subaru owner data, and it is exactly the kind of long-term durability picture that matters when you're asking which vehicles will still be excellent ownership propositions in 2028. The verdict on the Subaru Forester Hybrid: it is the all-conditions, confidence-first choice on this list. If you live anywhere with real weather, real terrain, or real uncertainty, and you want a brand that has earned a second-place reliability ranking by consistently delivering, the Forester Hybrid belongs on your test drive list before you sign anything. Before we continue, if this breakdown is giving you useful information, and I genuinely hope it is, do me a favor and hit that like button. It takes 1 second, and it tells the algorithm this content is worth showing to other buyers who need it. I appreciate every single one of you. Now, back to the list. Number 3 is the model that Consumer Reports, in their 2025 comprehensive testing, scored a remarkable 84 out of 100, beating every other SUV in its class. That model is the Mazda CX-5. Now, 84 out of 100 from Consumer Reports is exceptional by any measure, but here's the number that really matters for future-proofing your purchase. RepairPal ranks the Mazda CX-5 first out of 26 mid-size SUVs for reliability, number 1 out of 26. The average annual repair cost for a CX-5 owner, $447. The segment average, $573. The average across all vehicle models, $662. That means owning a CX-5 saves the average driver over $2,000 in unscheduled repair costs alone over the course of a 5-year ownership cycle compared to a typical competitor. And that figure does not include the peace of mind of owning a vehicle where, according to the Auto Reliability Index, the 2025 model generated only 1.8 complaints per 10,000 vehicles sold, 1.8 in a segment full of vehicles generating 5, 6, 7 times that complaint rate. On paper, the Mazda CX-5 looks like the responsible choice. In reality, it's one of the most rewarding SUVs you can own. Mazda jumped to 3rd place overall in J.D. Power's 2025 Vehicle Dependability Study, up from 7th the year before. They're not just maintaining quality, they're building momentum. And here's where the CX-5 story gets even better heading towards 2028. The interior quality of this vehicle competes directly with entry-level luxury brands. Real owners consistently describe the cabin as punching above its weight class, the kind of materials and refinement that makes a 60,000-mile car feel like you bought it last week. One long-term CX-5 owner put it simply: "I've crossed 120,000 miles. I've changed tires, brakes, and fluids. That's the entire list." That is the Mazda CX-5 ownership reality, not the brochure, the actual experience. The verdict: if you want a compact SUV with class-leading repair cost data, top-tier reliability scores, and a cabin that will still make you happy to get in every single morning in 2028, the CX-5 is the definition of a smart purchase. Now, pay close attention to number 2, because its resale value numbers are the kind that make financial advisors sit up straight.
At number 2, we have the Honda CR-V.
Kelley Blue Book named the Honda CR-V their Best Buy award winner for compact SUVs in 2025, and they did not give that award reluctantly. KBB's own language described the CR-V as the brightest star in the compact SUV firmament. But let's get past the marketing language and into the numbers that actually matter. iSeeCars analyzed over 3 million vehicles to calculate 5-year depreciation across the compact SUV segment. The average compact SUV retains 59.6% of its value after 5 years. The Honda CR-V retains 71.1%. That is 11.5 percentage points above the segment average. On a vehicle purchased at $35,000, that gap represents roughly $4,025 in additional real money in your pocket when you sell or trade in 3 to 5 years from now. That is not a minor difference. That is a second car payment worth of value that most buyers never see coming in either direction. Honda sold approximately 400,000 CR-Vs last year. That number matters because demand depth is what drives resale value. When a vehicle is bought that consistently and that broadly, the used market never runs short of buyers, and a used market with perpetual demand is exactly what protects the money you put into it. For 2026, Honda added a larger touchscreen, wireless CarPlay, and an improved all-wheel drive system, while keeping the bones of a platform that has 3 full years of subscriber survey reliability data behind it. Consumer Reports predicts the 2026 CR-V to perform above the average new car for reliability, and unlike some of its redesigned competitors on this list, that prediction rests on actual data from real owners of the current generation. Here is the reality that sharpens this story. The average compact SUV owner who chooses poorly right now is walking away with thousands. The CR-V owner making the same journey 3 to 5 years from now is walking away with a check. The difference between those two outcomes is sitting in the data that most buyers never bother to look up. The verdict on the Honda CR-V: it is the most financially strategic compact SUV purchase you can make right now if long-term value retention is your priority. 11.5 percentage points above the segment average in resale value is the kind of built-in advantage that takes care of you automatically every year you own it, whether you're thinking about it or not. And now, number 1. This is the one most dealership shoppers walk right past because it has always been there. It is familiar, it is not new and flashy, and that familiarity is precisely why its ownership story is so powerful heading into 2028. The number 1 compact SUV built to still dominate when 2028 arrives is the Toyota RAV4, and specifically the redesigned 2026 version, which just made a decision that tells you everything you need to know about where the automotive market is going. Toyota did something radical for 2026. They eliminated the gas-only RAV4 entirely. Every single 2026 RAV4 comes standard with a hybrid powertrain, not as an option, not as an upgrade, as the base configuration. Toyota sold its RAV4 at nearly 500,000 units in the US last year alone, making it the most popular passenger vehicle in America behind only the Ford F-Series pickup. And then they looked at that astronomical demand and made a bet the future is hybrid, and the RAV4 is leading the charge. The hybrid RAV4 now produces 226 combined horsepower in front-wheel drive and an EPA estimated 44 miles per gallon combined. That is 14 miles per gallon better than the old gas-only 4-cylinder it replaced, while producing 23 more horsepower. More power, dramatically better fuel economy, standard on every trim. But the number that matters most, the number that puts the RAV4 at number 1 on this list, comes from iSeeCars, who analyzed over 3 million vehicles across the compact SUV segment. The Toyota RAV4 retains 75% of its value after 5 years. 75%. That is 15.4 percentage points above the segment average of 59.6%. On a $35,000 purchase, that gap equals roughly $5,390 more in your pocket when you eventually sell. And when you combine Combine that resale advantage with the RAV4's projected above-average reliability rating from Consumer Reports, backed by Toyota's conservative engineering approach and the brand's deep history of delivering long-term dependability, you are looking at a vehicle that fights for your wallet from every angle simultaneously. Consumer Reports specifically notes that their prediction for the 2026 RAV4 is built on data from the previous generation and Toyota's overall brand score, and that Toyota tends to set the benchmark for long-term dependability in this segment. The 2026 RAV4 also introduces Toyota's Safety Sense 4.0, the latest and most comprehensive driver assistance suite Toyota has ever produced. And with an electric-only range of 48 to 52 miles on the PHEV version and a towing capacity of up to 3,500 pounds on the AWD Hybrid, the 2026 RAV4 is not just future-proofed for 2028, it is future-proofed for the decade beyond that. One analyst summed it up plainly after reviewing the redesign. Toyota took a conservative approach, making incremental improvements across the board rather than taking on risks from reinvention. And that right there, that disciplined, measured engineering philosophy, is why owners of RAV4s routinely report 150,000, 180,000, even 200,000 miles with nothing more than scheduled maintenance. The RAV4 is not exciting, it is something better. It is bulletproof, it is financially intelligent, and it is the most future-proof compact SUV you can buy in 2026. Here is what we just covered. 5 compact SUVs that the data, not the marketing, says will still be worth owning, worth driving, and worth serious money when 2028 arrives. At number 5, the Kia Sportage Hybrid, the value and fuel economy powerhouse backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty that forces you to take it seriously. At number 4, the Subaru Forester Hybrid, standard AWD, standard eyesight safety tech, and a brand that ranked second in the country for reliability because they earn it every single year. At number 3, the Mazda CX-5, number 1 out of 26 mid-size SUVs on RepairPal, average repair costs of just $447 a year, and a consumer score of 84 out of 100 from Consumer Reports that beats every other compact SUV in the class. At number 2, the Honda CR-V, 71.1% 5-year resale value, the KBB Best Buy Award winner more times than any other compact SUV, and a reliability track record built on 3 years of real subscriber data. And at number 1, the Toyota RAV4, 75% 5-year resale value, 15.4 percentage points above the segment average, now hybrid only with 44 miles per gallon and 226 horsepower standard, the most financially intelligent compact SUV purchase available today. The car market is full of vehicles that look good on the surface and punish you in 3 years. These 5 do the opposite. They protect your money while they serve you. That is the difference between buying a car and making a smart investment in the vehicle you spend time in every single day. Now, here is the question I want you to answer in the comments right now. Which of these 5 would you buy today? And are you currently driving any of them? Drop your answer below. If you're already an owner of one of these, tell us your real-world experience, the mileage, the costs, the honest verdict, because those stories help every buyer in this community make a smarter decision. And if this video changed how you're thinking about your next purchase, share it with someone who's in the middle of that decision right now. They'll thank you for it. Stay sharp, stay informed. This is Atif Cars, and we'll see you in the next one.